Reduction formula number 5. Now the integral of sine nx dx. We are going to derive a reduction formula for this integral and apply the reduction formula to solve problems. So watch this video to the end and see how the reduction formula for this integral is deduced and how it is applied to solve integrals of this form. Reduction formula for the integral of sine nx dx. Okay, let's call this I sub n. Let's call this I sub n. To do this, to determine the reduction formula, see what we do. First of all, I'm going to split this integrand, sine nx. I'll say this is the integral of sine to the n minus 1 x sine x dx. How? This is like saying a raised to the power n minus 1 times a raised to the power 1 a raised to the power n. Okay, so if I add the powers together, I will get n, right? That's it. So n minus 1 plus the power of sine x, which is 1, will give me n by the law of indices. Alright, so we now apply the technique of integration by parts to evaluate this integral. For integration by part, we have the integral of u dv equals the integral of equals uv minus the integral of v du. So the integral of u dv is uv minus the integral of v du. Okay. So what will be u and what will be dv? Let u be equal to this, which is sine n minus 1 x. How do I differentiate this? I want to use a shortcut to do this. The power of sine x here is n minus 1. Write it down. Then, if I differentiate the sine function, I will get the cosine function. Right? So write that down. Then I'll write sine. This n minus 1, I will subtract 1 from it. What is n minus 1 minus 1? That will be n minus 2. Yes. Right? So if I cross multiply, du will be equal to everything here times dx. That will be n minus 1 into the cosine of x times the sine of n minus 2x dx. Good, let's keep this. Then I have chosen u. Let me now choose dv. dv will be equal to this. We chose this one as u, so this one will be dv sine x dx. And to get v, we integrate both sides. The integral of the v is equal to v, and the integral of the sine function will give me the negative cosine. So we apply the integration by part formula. I sub n is simply equal to u times v. What's u? This is u, and this is v, minus the integral of v du. What is du? Everything here is du, which is n minus 1 cos x sine n minus 2x dx. Okay, so I sub n is equal to minus sine n minus 1 x, just keep following, cos x. I've expanded, I've multiplied these two now. This is what I have. The minus will give me a plus. N minus 1 is a constant because we're integrating with respect to x, not n. So we'll bring it out. Then I'll write this. So we have cos s, cos s. If I multiply them, I'll get cos squared x into this. If you check the original integral, it is in terms of the sine function. All we have here is in terms of both sine and cosine. So we have to break it down into just sine terms only. Remember that in trigonometry, cos squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared x. So in place of this one now, I'll be writing this. That means that I sub n is equal to minus sine to the n minus 1 x plus x plus n minus 1 into the integral of sine n minus 2x into this 1 minus sine squared x dx. We go ahead. I sub n is minus sine n minus 1x cos x plus n minus 1 into the integral of expanding the bracket. We have this times this sine n minus 2x, and this times this, it will be sine nx dx. Since they have the same base, if you multiply them, it means that you are adding their powers. So n minus 2 plus 2 is equal to n. If I split this integral, I sub n will be equal to minus sine n minus 1 x cos x plus n minus 1 all into the integral of this dx minus the integral of this dx. Now, you remember we said let I sub n be equal to this particular integral whose reduction formula we are trying to deduce. This is it. And what we have here, this particular integral, is exactly what we have here now. Right? So we called this one I sub n. Automatically, this one will also be what? I sub n. So we are saying that I sub n is equal to minus sine to the n minus 1 x cos x plus n minus 1 into, I'm coming here, minus, this is I sub n like we said. So what are we going to call this? This integral and this integral are similar, alright, just that n minus 2 here is replacing n. Okay, so it's like we're saying this one is a function of n and it's a function of n minus 2. So if we call this I sub n, we will call this I sub n minus 2. You get the point? So let's expand our brackets at the right hand side. Let's collect like terms now. Okay, we have I sub n here, we have I sub n also. We need just one of them. So we have to collect like terms. I sub n is here. If this one cross, become a plus, leaving us with minus sine n minus 1 x cos x plus n minus 1 I sub n minus 2 at the right hand side. If we factor out I sub n from here, we'll be having 1 plus this left, which is n minus 1 equal to minus sine n minus 1 s cos x plus n minus 1 into I n minus 2. 1 we cancel minus 1, leaving us with just n I sub n, right? And this is minus sine n minus 1 of x cos x plus n minus 1 into I sub n minus 2. So we now divide both sides by n, which is the coefficient of I sub n. And if we do that, I sub n will be equal to this finally. Minus 1 over n into sine to the n minus 1 of x cos x plus n minus 1 over n, right, into I sub n minus 2. This is the reduction formula for the integral of sine nx dx. So, having deduced the reduction formula for the integral of sine nx dx, let us now apply that reduction formula to evaluate the integral of sine x all to the power of 7 dx. So n is equal to 7 because the power of sine x is 7. So we are trying to determine I7. So using this formula, it will be minus 1 over 7 sine 7 minus 1 is 6 plus 6 over 7 I5 because 7 minus 2 is 5. What will be I5 as this now? We have minus 1 over 5. Using this formula, just follow me. Sine 5 minus 1 is 4. Then 5 minus 1 is also 4 all over 5. I5 minus 2, that's 3. I3 is minus 1 over 3 sine squared x cos x plus 2 over 3 I1, right? I hope you know, I don't know why I'm not writing this. I7 is this integral. I5 is actually the integral. I5 is actually the integral of sine 5x dx. Then I3 is the integral of sine cube x dx. So I1 is the integral of sine x dx. And what would that produce? The integral of the sine function is the negative cosine. So we have minus cos x. Right? Let's neglect the concept of integration. Therefore, I7, which is the integral of sine 7x dx, is equal to, let's come from here now, minus 1 over 7 sine 6x cos x plus 6 over 7. What's I5? I5 is this, minus 1 over 5 sine 4x cos x plus 4 over 5 I3, right? So expanding that bracket, we have I7 is equal to minus 1 over 7 sine 6x cos x. Then multiply, I have minus 6 over 35 sine 4x cos x. Then 6 times 4, that's 24. 7 times 5 is 35. I3, right? What's I3? This is I3. Everything here. So I also write so we expand again. I7 is equal to minus 1 over 7 sine to the 6th x cos x minus 6 over 35 sine 4x cos x. Okay, if I multiply 24 over 35 by minus 1 over 3, 3 here is 1, 3 here is 8. So that will be minus 8 over 35 sine squared x cos s. If I multiply this by this, 3 here is 1, 3 here is also 8. Okay, 8 times 2, that's 16 over 35 I1. So what's I1? I1 is minus cos x, right? So we're actually going to write minus, I'll add a constant of integration to it. So we have and 1/7. I'm just writing it again.
Now you're done watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share the video to your friends and your classmates. I'll see you in the next video, reduction formula 6.